Hi, welcome back to the attic. Not exactly in the attic, it's sort of on location here at the Old Town School of Folk Music. This is where I have my private lessons on Wednesdays. And I was thinking back to the great fingerstyle blues guitar players that we've lost in the very recent days. Paul Geremia and Roy Bookbinder and John Hammond Jr. Just giants of fingerstyle blues and blues guitar playing, and people who kept the tradition going, but did it their own way. Brought it forward with their own music as well as interpreting the great blues artists of the 20s and 30s. And I was thinking about the first one of those three that really came into my life through listening, and it was Paul Geremia. When I was in high school, I used to listen to a lot of acoustic music programming on the radio, and on Saturday nights at 11 o'clock, there was a show called Good Time Folk Jug Bands and Blues. And it was a funky show. The DJ just played whatever he wanted, and I liked it because of that. It was focused on the older style players, but also on some of the new players that were coming up at that time. So I'm talking about 1979, 80, 81, right in there. And on this one particular night, the DJ, a guy named Tom Reftel, devoted the entire hour to Paul Geremia. And I'd never heard of him before. And he played tracks from, I think, two records. Jeremiah's first record called Just Enough, and a record that had come out recently at that time called Hard Life Rockin' Chair. And he did a really interesting thing in the middle of the show. He played the same song, but two different tracks, one from the first album and one from the second. He played them back to back. And it wasn't an old blues song, it was one of Jeremiah's original tunes. And, when you're 16, 17, 18 years old, you can get, your imagination can get captivated by singer-songwriting and good guitar playing and expressiveness through that medium. And he played this song called I'll Be Goin', and like I say, he did it back to back. One was on a 12-string, one was on a 6-string, but it was just Paul Geremia and the guitar. And that song at that time really kind of struck me as something. It made a dramatic impact in my little 18-year-old imagination about sort of traveling and living and love and lost love and things like that. None of which I'd had really any experience of at the time, but again, it was playing on my imagination, and I always liked the song, and I learned it. And in fact, some time ago, I had a student that really liked Paul Geremia and asked if I would write out some of his arrangements, as I could hear them, could I figure them out and write them out for him? And I said I would. And one of the tunes I worked on for this student was I'll Be Goin'. And I really kind of listened to it and analyzed it, and I found that Paul Geremia is playing in drop D tuning, but he's in G, sort of playing against the tuning a little bit. So I don't know. I guess in tribute to a long association with Paul Geremia, who actually came to the Old Town School and gave a blues guitar workshop, which I recorded. And what I'm going to do is I'll I'll connect up the little question and answer period that he had at the end, because he talks about, you know, his guitars and some other interesting things. I'll include that too. But I guess in tribute to Paul Geremia's passing, a song that I guess is sort of fitting. It's an original of his called "I'll Be Goin'." Come, my love, we will go far from the sounds, and everything that's in this life seems like it's falling down. And we'll watch the crazy damsel flies as the sun is going down. There's a road that passed my door, it went I know not where. It was dust in the summer and mud in the winter, and good when the weather was fair. And then one day it took my love, now she's gone from here. And there was an old man that walked that road. He spoke as he passed by, with a homespun sack upon his back. He never told a lie. He said the time a man should change his life is when the geese are flying high. He said living is for the summertime, dying is for the fall, and it's better to have a love that's gone than to have no love at all. And I'll be going down that road when I hear the wild geese call. So that's Paul Geremia's "I'll Be Going," with the city of Chicago in the background, providing ambiance, I guess. So Oh, and this guitar, by the way, this is I played this song on a guitar that I actually got a bunch of years ago from Rory Block. I got an opportunity to open for her at the Old Town School of Folk Music, and I noticed on her website she was selling some old equipment, and one of them was this guitar, and I'm real happy to have it. I actually teach with this instrument. So that's I'll Be Going. That's Paul Geremia. He's somebody I never got to see play live. I got to see him give a workshop, and actually got to hang out with him a little bit afterwards, and have a sandwich with him and a cup of coffee. But I'll connect. If I don't do it in this video, I'll do it in a separate video. I'll connect up some of the things that he talked about at that guitar workshop, and I'll see you again real soon in the attic or on location at the Old Town School.